going on, Toronto? This is Emmanuel Reyes, also known as Urbano Musica in the Latin community out here in Toronto. What's going on, Toronto? This is Emmanuel Reyes, also known as Urbano Musica in the Latin community out here in Toronto. And a little bit about myself. I come from Mexico in Playa del Carmen, which is close to Riviera Maya. But my mother is Salvadorian, so I am both Mexican and Salvadorian. And just to tell you a little bit about my life and how I became an artist, a musician into this industry. I come from a background of music through my dad, through my brothers, through my uncles. And thank God I carried that in my blood. And that's why I tell people music runs through my veins. And well, long story short, I came here back in 91 with my mother, single mom, trying to better her life to better my future. And thank God, I thank her till this day that she brought me here, because there's so many opportunities, a lot of things that have helped me out through my career. Even though I've gone through good and bad, I've always managed to overcome these obstacles. So the whole point of this story is, this is my documentary to everybody, Mi Vida Musical. What I want to talk about though is, I'm being asked what keeps me strong as an artist, an upcoming artist in the music industry. And to be honest with you, growing up, once I reached the age of 15, 16, I started to develop, a behavior where I was becoming rebellious, to my mother's rules. I didn't want to listen or follow anyone's rules. It was just like they say in Spanish, un perro sin dueño, a dog without rules. But over the years, things, instead of going up, they went downhill for me. And I managed to take all that negative energy, all the negative things that were going on in my life. I managed to take that and use that as a pull, and I use it as my strength to hold me up, to keep me going. Whether, I had no money, whether, I had relationship problems, family problems, or just in general problems with my own persona, So that's one thing that's kept me going all these years. I got to a point where I wanted to quit the music, but I told myself this is what I was meant to be, meant to be an artist, someone who expresses himself through his music, to be able to reflect upon others, people who might want to be an artist, who might want to be a producer, or just love music in general, and that's how they express themselves. I want to be that person that gives you that sound, that music that makes you feel happy, that makes you, go from a bad day to a good day, just like the way it's helped me in my life, from going from bad to being able to keep going and moving up the ladder and not looking back. Because I learned that when you look back, sometimes you fall, and when you fall, you can't get up sometimes. So for me, that's what's kept me going as a musician. It's just all my life struggles that I've gone through, all the negativity around me, the people that don't like me, the people that have doubted me, even my own family, I love them to death, and at one point they gave up on me. But now they see that I'm actually becoming my own dream coming into a reality. So now that they see it happening, they're starting to believe in me. They're starting to give me that hope, So what I'm trying to tell to the public, to upcoming artists, even people in school, young people, don't ever give up on what you believe in, because you can turn a dream into a reality if you make that dream come true. But that's all up to you and what's in here and up here. So don't ever give up. What are my goals right now? My goals are to expand as an artist, as a producer, and be able to open up businesses, all across Canada, perhaps out in Miami one day, which is a big dream for me. And I know a lot of artists around, my area, even artists that don't even live in Canada, their dream is to be in Miami, to be making moves out of their countries, to be making it where Pitbull is, and where you see El Gata, Fuego, and all these, Latin artists that went from our shoes to being entrepreneurs now. Now you see them in commercials, you see them building empires, you know what I mean? So that's one of my goals, is to be able to open up shop in cities. I want to help out artists. I want to help out people who need that extra push. I want to help out people that can't afford to go to school, but I can teach you how to become a producer, how to be an entrepreneur, how to be a business person. Anyone that wants to do marketing, promotions, I want to help out, because I never had that help behind me. What I know now is what I've learned on my own. But now, thank God, I've slowly been able to create myself a team of also young entrepreneurs. My triangle that I have is a triangle of passion, love, and persistence. It's a triangle filled with young-minded people who all they want is to work and be ambitious about what they do. And to me, that's wicked. You set goals, you set rules, you set laws, and that's the best thing to do when you're trying to become. Doesn't have to be an artist, doesn't have to be a musician. Just as a person yourself, you gotta set goals in your life. Because if you don't set goals, then what are you gonna do the day of tomorrow when you reach 30, 40 years old and you have nothing going on for yourself? It's hard. It's hard as it is, what's going on around the world, and it hurts to see what's going on around this whole world, with all the wars and, poverty and everything. So my point is, we need to set, a day-to-day goal, so you know what you're gonna accomplish from now until, it's your last day. And that's the truth, it's reality. You gotta think about tomorrow like tomorrow's gonna be your last day. You gotta always be on point. You always gotta be working hard. You always gotta be focused, mentally and physically, no matter what. So myself, I wanna let this out, because a lot of people that know me, they have seen me, one day I'm good, the next day, I'm a total different person. And one thing people didn't know about me, which I'm gonna let out, through all the stuff that I've gone through in my life and not getting the right help at the time of those problems, I managed to build myself what's called liquid courage, and I was bottling everything, I wasn't thinking straight. So I got to the point where, I would go to a nightclub or I would go somewhere and there'd always be a problem, because of the alcohol and, because of the drugs. I used to be into all that stuff. And everybody's different. Everybody's completely different. Some people take it out on a cigarette. Some people take it out on, driving fast. And myself, unfortunately, at the time, I decided to focus my feelings onto drugs and alcohol, to the point where I would black out and I didn't know who I was as a person, And it took for me going through so many horrible moments in my life, growing up as a young adult, from 18 and up, going through the struggles, losing friends, losing relationships, losing my family, and it hit me big a couple years back when I seen my friend, all because of the drink, rest in peace to him, but he's not here now. And those are the kind of things that made me open up my eyes, because I used to not care about what I did. When I was under the influence, I would just go full force. I didn't care who you were, or what I did. I was just being rebellious. So I want people to know that people change and God is forgiving. So with that being said, people need to realize that all this hatred that I had before, or maybe I still do, I don't know, because of the persona I was, people do change. So, what are my inputs on local talent and local radios? Honestly, I give my respects to all the artists I see, fighting for what they really want. There's a lot of talent here in the GTA, and I really think the only thing that's missing is we're not united. I feel like we're all against each other, and to me at this point, it's like I'm focused on my own stuff, but I'm open to working with whoever, like I have no hate towards nobody, and I just really think that if we were all to come together and be cool with one another, things would be a little bit smoother, but I do admit there's lots and lots of talent out here, a lot of young talent, because I've been in this game for a long time in Toronto, and there's a lot of guys and girls that are my age who we come from back in the day, like I'm talking 2004, 2005, and I got to meet a lot of great people back then who, if it wasn't for them, like I probably wouldn't be here, because I had no direction on how to move to that next level or where to go, aside from the artists, I think the whole local radios, it's an amazing tool that we have as artists. Even business owners, I see a lot of businesses promoting to these radios, and I give my full respects to everybody, because if it wasn't for the radios, no one would hear our music out here. So yeah, like right now, future plans that I got going on, I can't really say too much right now. I just want to, wait till, things are 100% official. But, yeah, I'm going to be working on some videos. So for the summertime, there's going to be lots of videos of Urbano Musica and who my team is, who I'm working with, and what's next for Urbano. What are my next plans? That will all be coming soon. The only thing I can really say is, big shout outs going out to the people who've been behind me. Big shout outs going out to AMG, Twins Records, for making a lot of things happen for us. Divine Dresses for You, always supporting the movement. And, just shout outs to everybody. But, pretty soon I'm gonna be posting up my website, which is under construction right now. UrbanoMusica.com. There I'll have tour dates, videos, music downloads, so many different things, So for now, I just want to say big shout outs going out to everybody out there that's watching this. Just remember what's in here, and up here is what's going to get you to your next step in life, only if you want it. So always remember, stay positive. AMG, Urbano Musica, Twins Records. Ya tú sabes.